I've been on the train for the last 4 days and 3 nights, and I spent those 3 nights and 4 days in coach. No bed, no luxuries, no shower. Sorry about the detail. Just a seat, and well, it hasn't been easy. Let me put it that way. But let's go back to the beginning and let me show you how this journey actually began. Hey guys, I'm just about to get on a train. Probably the longest train journey that you can do in America, or one of the longest, because I'm going straight from San Francisco all the way to New York. It'll take me about 3.5 days. 3.5 days of riding across all of the United States, west to east, in a big steel train. But honestly, I love long distance trains. I quickly stowed away my baggage on the train racks after getting assurance it was safe, and headed over to the upper deck to find my seat. Okay, I think I've got my seat. It's a nice double spread. Hopefully there won't be too many people here so I can actually take up the entire space. And wow, ready to go. This will be a long one. This will be a really long one, guys. So let me show you guys around a little bit. So on this train you've got 2 rows of pretty massive seats along both sides, and it's not too full, so it's not too crowded, which is really nice. I think the seats are quite comfortable as well. You can really stretch your legs. It's not like being on a plane where you have to kind of keep your knees pretty much next to your face. Well, good news about the electric sockets too. Like any full-time traveler, I made myself a little nest around my seat with my book and cup and headphones and laptop so I could get in the zone quickly. Okay, guys, we've just pulled out of the station. It's always that very first motion of the train that's just the coolest feeling ever, because you feel that sense of journey. Journey really begins. Feels good. This is no ordinary train. This is the California Zephyr. And this is really one of the most epic train journeys in the world, I think. I mean, come on, you're crossing the entirety of the United States of America from west to east. So we're going through California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, and Illinois. And you know, with those states, you're crossing all these incredible landscapes, from deserts and canyons to lush green mountains to endless fields and cities and towns in between. It's quite astounding, really. You could probably just spend the entire journey looking out of the window, because the views along this route are something out of this world. But for now, let's go back inside the train. This is the club car of the California Zephyr. It has huge windows on all sides, and a lot of passengers end up chilling here during the day. There's also a dining car right behind that door over there, but I got told off for filming inside, so let me show you the cafe instead. Hot dogs, coffee, tea, beer, sweets. Good enough. But hang on, what do you actually do on a train for 4 days? The real reason why I decided to take the train all the way from California to New York is actually because of this, because of work. Because I have so much video editing to do, and I just thought 4 days on the train, that sounds like a pretty good amount of time to just focus on the edits. So this is how I spend most of my time, and you know, this is how I would also suggest you spend most of your time. Like, do something productive. Yeah, sure, look out the window, because it's quite pretty out there, but you know, read a book, finish off that book that you still haven't managed to finish. Watch that series or that film that you've been meaning to watch for absolute ages, or just focus on getting all your work done. For me, it's just like that constant movement of the train that gets me really focused and gets my creative juices flowing. So that's what I'll be doing for all of this journey. You do end up feeling a little bit claustrophobic sometimes, so when that happened, I just moved to the club car to watch the world go by. With long distance journeys like this, I think it's always good to just make themselves a little bit more pleasant for yourself. So every morning on this train, I get myself a big, hot cup of black coffee, and this is how I start my morning. You know, just a little bit of like homey atmosphere to get off to a good day. But behind this pretty relaxed facade was a fair amount of stress. See, I had accidentally booked a single seat on the train instead of a bed. Yep, for 4 days. I know you're curious about one very specific thing, and that is, how do you even begin to sleep in coach? like not even getting a good night's sleep. How do you even begin to sleep here? It's actually not that difficult. I figured out a pretty good way, but it only works if you have no neighbors on the seat next to you. First of all, you have to begin by folding back the chair. Maybe it doesn't go back all the way, but it does create a little bit of extra space. This is the second step. First of all, you need a pillow. Now, I don't actually have a pillow, so what I did was I took the bag from my sleeping bag and I just stuffed it with clothes. It makes for a pretty good pillow. And then, of course, the sleeping bag or a blanket. Just something that you can use to cover yourself or even lie on top of. Without this, I don't think I could do this entire journey in coach. You definitely can't lie down all the way, but you can curl up a little bit and build yourself a cozy little nest. Now, let's have a look at another key spot on the train, the washrooms, located on the lower deck. There's a whole bunch of them to choose from, and all of them come with solid locks, although I can't say that they're particularly huge. So, this is the toilet. Now, unfortunately, because I only have a coach seat, that means there is no shower, which means that for 4 days, I have to abandon all rules of hygiene and propriety and deal with this greasy hair. Anyway, I shouldn't complain. There's everything you need here, perfectly fine, right? There's 2 rubbish bins, there's some soap, there is a small sink, there is a toilet, and a big mirror. I mean, what else could you need, really? Okay, quite a lot. But it's doable. It's survivable, definitely. You know, if you're willing to just rough it for a couple of days, you'll be absolutely fine. Of course, the days just passed. As I played with my food every single day and got bored and got excited and slept and didn't sleep, so too the train just moved through space and time. Day 3 is about to end and we're just pulling into Chicago Union Station, where I will get to finally leave the train for a few hours, stretch my legs, get some food, and get on the next train to New York. Next up, changing trains. So I need to get all my stuff. There's a lot of it, by the way, because I don't travel light. And I'm gonna have to change trains. Bye-bye, California Zephyr, you've been amazing. Let's go. Just walking past the train, standing here, I can see what I've been missing out on. The proper bedrooms. Have a look. Yep, so these are the sleepers that I didn't manage to book. I'm just gonna sneak in real quick, see if I can show you the nicer compartments. This feels highly illegal. I might get kicked out. Ooh, look at this. This is one cabin. Very nice. But I think this is what we're looking for. The proper sleeper. Look at that. So there's one bed at the top, and now there's a bigger bed here. This looks like a double. Okay, this probably beats sleeping in the chair, but is it as much fun? Probably. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here before someone kicks me out and bans me from Amtrak trains. Here's a cool map of pretty much the entire route. So I started out here in Oakland, Emeryville. We went all the way through California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, and finally I'm here in Chicago. Next stop will be, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but maybe here? All the way to New York. And that'll be the end. Tomorrow night. The railway system in the US is pretty massive, but honestly I was just quite excited to be in Chicago for a couple of hours before getting back on the train to New York. I'm on the second and last train. Wait, hang on. This is the face of someone who has been on the train for 4 days. So this one's headed straight to New York. It's about 20 hours, I guess. And there's a lot less space on this one, so I can't even put my luggage anywhere. So I guess it's gonna have to sleep here next to my feet.
Once again,
if there's space.
Or by yourself.
Of course, coffee is an absolute must for me, but luckily this train also had a cafe. Pretty simple, but it was there. Hey guys, this is the cafe. It's not quite as fancy as the one on the California Zephyr, which had like a proper dining coach and everything. But you can get some stuff here. There's like bagels, sandwiches, coffee, the most important thing, and that's what I'm just about to get. See, for me, just like for any other passenger, this ritual of getting coffee several times a day was one of the most important and grounding ones throughout an incredibly long and tiring journey. I feel like I need to talk to you guys about this entire experience because it's something. I've been on the train for the last 4 days and 3 nights, and I spent those 3 nights and 4 days in coach. No bed, no shower, just a seat, and it hasn't been easy. For the price tag of $241, it's also not too bad. I mean, come on, it's like accommodation for 3 nights, technically, and it's transport as well. Is it difficult to survive in terms of being in coach itself? It depends. For me, it was fine. I had a sleeping bag with me. I've slept in worse places, much worse places. And you know, I can kind of curl up, and I have the luxury of not having anybody next to me. All in all, I would say that this survival guide to spending 4 days in coach on Amtrak, I survived pretty decently. Anyway, this has been amazing. What I've really loved about this journey was seeing the countryside and the land of the United States. I mean, come on, I crossed 11 states in 4 days. This is truly one of the greatest train journeys you can take anywhere in the world today. After about 71 hours, we finally arrived in New York City. Guys, this feels slightly surreal. I'm about to leave the train for the first time in 4, well, not quite the first time in 4 days, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, come on, you're holding up the line.
I'm holding up the line. Oh my god, I need to get out. Okay, first step on New York soil. Feels great. Woo! Done. Welcome to New York. It's been a really long journey. Well, the thing about arriving at your final destination is that you kind of end up losing the journey. You put it behind you, and that's always a bit of a nostalgic feeling. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Come and follow me on Instagram for daily updates from adventures around the world, and I hope to see you in the next vlog.